Hello and welcome to Studio Cafe 315. I'm Roseanne Perla, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I am making a card that is part of my card club for January. I will have that card club out this week. Probably by Wednesday, it will be up on my StudioCafe315.com website. You can find all of the information on the website. If you'd like to subscribe for 1 month or you'd like to just try a month, you can do that. You can subscribe for 3 months and get a special gift the third month that you subscribe. And it would, the fee would accumulate and it would hit you once a month, not all at once. So it'll be explained all in on the website for this card kit, and it is a card club. There will be 4 cards in one box that you can make with the card club. It is using the lovely and beautiful paper and suite. The suite comes with a stamp set, 2 stamp sets, and the die cuts that go with those stamp sets. Okay, and these die cuts layer. They are really cool. So I'm going to show you the card. We're going to make the card. I have some techniques that I'm covering. I put out on my Facebook page. That's where I tell you that every Monday night I have a live. Okay, and so I'm going to just set this aside. I use this paper so far, and I will show you the card that we are making. It is a really cool card. It is a gift card pop-up. So the card comes, sits in that little pocket, and it's on runners, and it pops up when you open it, and it closes back up. This one I made is a wedding card to the happy couple using the stamp set. Simply Beautiful. Okay, and I also use the coordinating die cuts for this one, which is Beautifully Celebrated Dies. So those are the 2 things I used for this one. Each one of them is different. This card I did 2 different ways. You can always switch your sentiment. I did Wedding Wishes. It's the exact same card. This is the fun fold for the month of January, which you can get free with a purchase, and I have that all up on my website. You can get the kit free and put it together. And that one is not standing up because I've used it a lot and it's uneven. My surface. So let me see if I can get it. Okay, well, that's that one, and this one will stand up. It hasn't been abused as much. Okay, that one stands up. I just gotta, there it goes. So this one I did, they're exactly the same, basically the same design card. I flipped this paper and put this paper on it, and I did the flowers the same. Basically, I just changed the paper. The bottom papers are the same. I just flipped this paper from the gold floral, which you can see the gold, and to this floral for a birthday look, and instead of wishes. You could do this as an anniversary. This one, you can do it as a thank you if you'd like. Also, I put a white piece of cardstock on the back so you can write your message on the back, or you can put another sentiment, happy birthday, and I have many other sentiments you probably do as well. The same thing with this. I would put a piece of white cardstock on the back. So as I said, let's begin. The only thing I didn't finish on this, and I will do it at the end, is these embellishments that come with the suite. The suite is a big suite. It comes with the Beautifully Adorned Ephemera pack, which has 6 sheets, 2 of each sheet. There's three sheets, and there's 2 of each to make 6 sheets. And it goes with the florals and all of these, and we're going to use some of this. Let's begin. I'm going to begin with these flowers and show you a blending technique. I have this flower, and where's my little leaf? It's in here, right here, I feel it. Okay, and the leaf. So I have the blending markers. They come, when you purchase them, they come in 2s. They come with a light and a dark. And this one is dark old olive, and this is light old olive. Okay. And I have light mossy meadow and dark mossy meadow. I'm going to color these in. I'm going to put them on, well, you can see them better on this. So I'll do them on the coral background. I am going to start with the, I use these 2. I use the light old olive and the dark mossy meadow. And I have them right here. So that's the dark, these are the mossy meadows, and these are the old olives. And you can see how they came out really, really pretty. And you can see the little darkness in them. So I'm going to go with the dark and just highlight some areas and edges. I didn't want that side. Believe it or not, it's less messy when you do this with the brush. And it really lightens up on the vellum. I am doing this, these are all vellum pieces. And I'm going to blend. And I'm going over it a couple of times. You cannot do this with water-based markers. And our blending markers, all of our inks coordinate with the, this is the light old olive. This was the dark mossy meadow. So I'm using 2 colors. They all coordinate with the cardstock. So there's marker sets for each of these. So as you can see, this is going to blend in with those sides. And I'm basically just filling in. I want to get that edge right there because I went over. And there is a blender as well, but I just did it with this marker. And it comes out very, very natural. Okay, when it dries, see, it came out. And I like this one. They're always going to come out different. When you do yours, they will come out differently. Okay, now I just want to go over it again with the dark. There are 2 tips. The writing tip, more of a firm tip, and then a brush tip. I'm using the brush tip. Okay. You can also use your water brushes, but I wanted to use blending markers. I've done the water brushes. I think I did that a couple weeks ago. And that's it. I'm going to leave it to dry. Okay. And now I'm going to go back to the mossy meadow and do the dark on this leaf. Since this one's so much smaller, I'm going lighter. Gently, you know, gently, just light touch with it. Okay. And you do not have to be an expert. I am not an expert with watercolors or with markers or with coloring. I'm just trying to stay within the lines. I know you don't want to watch me do this the whole time, but just showing you technique. I'm going to fill this in real fast. When you watch it on replay, you'll be able to see this, and I'll fast forward it, or you can fast forward it. Okay. Okay. There we have it. So I'm going to let those sit and dry a little bit. Put them aside. Okay. And there's no right and wrong for that. I'm going to set those aside. And we're going to start putting together this card. So what I did was, this is 8.5 by 5.5. And I did this fold, okay, and I'm going to grab my foam folder and just burnish this down. Okay, so this sort of, it'll sort of stay closed, especially when it gets that weight on it, but let me just... burnish that. Okay. And I have a piece of DSP. Now, when you get the kit, you get all of the paper, cardstock. The only thing you need are your inks, and your adhesive. You would get the ribbons. You would get everything to make this card except for ink and adhesive. You would get the vellum pieces, anything that goes with that card in each of the cards. Okay, so this is the other side of that, and I use, you can use whatever adhesive you like. I do have my other adhesive. It broke, so I had to pull quickly an old adhesive that I have. Okay. Okay. And then the bottom piece I have here. I'm going to go this way with it. Everybody has their favorite adhesives. I highly recommend the tape runner Stampin' Up. I can pull mine from over there. It is broken. I'm going to put these little flowers. It's just a preference, not mandatory, because you're going to get a piece of this and it might not have those flowers where they are. In fact, this one has them here. So, and it has big flowers. It's just how I prefer it, and you could switch it the other way because you prefer it that way. Inside, okay, you are going to use liquid glue. And when I use liquid glue, I end up getting glue everywhere like that. And I'm going to use our green glue, the Tombow liquid glue. And I am going to do this weird. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I am going to seal just the two sides, because that's all you need, with a thin, thin piece, a little bit of glue here. And I just prefer liquid glue because I can get it thin and not take up much of this. And I'm going to shimmy this after, so there's plenty of room. You probably could put tape in. Okay, and I'm going to just hold this down. Okay. And once that is dry, I have my white piece here. And what I'm going to do is, see how it comes up? And it does show this little piece, but it's okay. So what I did was I have two pieces. I don't know if you can see them in there. These two little pieces right in here, making it a runner so that it doesn't like wiggle all over the place. And I just shimmied it. Okay, that's good. I'll set with that. I'm crooked, I'm sorry. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. So with this, I'm going to put it in the center. I'm going to eyeball it, okay? But I'm going to put this all the way in here. Okay, and there's no opening here, so you can put it all the way down and in. Okay. And then I'm going to put glue on here and then just shut this, and it's going to pull it when it opens up. So it's a pulley system. So you only need adhesive on here. You can use tear and tape. You can use liquid glue. I'm going to grab my tear and tape this time, and I'm going to use tear and tape. I'll show you how that works. So you take your tear and tape. It comes on a roll like this. And you put a piece down. Okay, and I will have all the directions, plus I do a video live, and then it's recorded, and then I post it only for my subscribers. So it's on an unlisted video, so only those subscribers would have the link to it. Okay, so this is all the way down in. Excuse me. And I'm going to close this. And that's how you make this pulley. And there you have it. So that it doesn't go wiggling, I'm going to put these in here. I made them so they fit right down in. Okay. But I need to put a little bit, I have adhesive on this mat. No, I can't wiggle it out. Well, then that's good. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on this. And stick this one in. Just a tiny little, just a little bit. And it's going in this way. It could go in either way, doesn't matter. And there it is. So now, when I close this, it has a guide. Okay? And it won't wiggle. Okay, I have a piece to decorate inside here, and then a piece for the back. So let's put that piece on. You could do this if you'd like, okay? Or I flipped it. I wanted to do this side. And so again, I'm going to use some tear and tape. Regular tape, my tape runner. Tear and tape you could use, liquid glue you can use. And this is not going to affect the mechanism the polling system that I put in place. And leaving equal amounts all the way around. Okay. See? Okay. Now, let's do this piece. What I did was I used the vellum gold inside here. And what I did was I used this inside piece of this one. And I'll show you it right here. It has all these other pieces in it. And I felt that this one fit best. And I'm going to show you how I cut it in half. And you have to use scissors for this. I did do it on my paper trimmer, but it almost bent it. So I want to show you what you're going to do. I eyeballed it. And I just cut center. And you could do this as well. And you can fold and cut in the center. You won't see it. Okay. And again, I got a little bit of glue on here. This happens with liquid glue, tape runner, doesn't matter what you're using. And then I took a little bit of liquid glue and I lined this up and I gave it that little border that you see here. Okay, so let's do that. And we'll do each side. You don't even need this much. Okay. And you do have, with the liquid glue, and that's why I used it, a little bit of wiggle room. And it'll dry clear. Okay. And then I'm going to do the other side. Same thing. I see Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Carol. Thank you for the comments. If you know anybody you would like to share this video with or tell them about my lives that are on Monday nights, free YouTube lives, and I'm looking to get, I have 143 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 150. I've been trying since, I think, October, getting to 150. You can remind your friends, share my YouTube channel, ask them to subscribe. Free video card making. I have class every Monday night. And see how I'm moving it so that because you can even pull it down a bit because it's still wet. It's just playing with paper, that's all. Okay. There it is. Now, I have, this comes in a pack of 2. It is the gold and white and the black and gold. And I just took some of this, and this is how I did this. I took my tape runner and I put like a few pieces down, and then I stuck it to it and let it hang off on both sides. And believe it or not, that's all I did. I and I did it 2 times. And you can lift it. That's the good thing about it. You want it hanging off a little bit. And I might need a little bit more tape. I'm going to stick things down anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I'm going to go, this is the last one. I'm going to let it hang off. And I'm going to cut it. Okay. Now, I can maneuver it a little bit. No matter what, it's going to look good in the end. Believe me. These are not stuck down. Neither are these. I want those that way. And you could even cut these if you wanted to. Sky's the limit is to creativity. For this, I used dimensionals. See where I put them. And I will have a shopping list because you can get this card kit free. I have different levels, or you can just purchase the card kit. But you're going to need items from this. So I recommend, and I tell you what to get for the card kit. Okay, I'm looking at it to see how it's falling, and see, I see that this is, so I'm going to bend it up a little bit because I really can't put another dimensional. This just curves down for some reason. Okay. Oh, I did forget to do the brushing. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, let me get my coral out and do that. That should be done before you adhere it. So I'll be able to work my way around. So gently, you're using these fibers. Okay, and you can rub off some so that it's not too dark. And you're just brushing on, and you're not really getting it on, you're getting it just on the edge. So I can seal that back down. When you use glue, it pretty much, the other side came right off. This side is pretty sealed down. There we go. My mistake. So when I write up the directions, it's a nice PDF. It's several pages long. Each card basically gets its own page. It will give you dimensions. You can purchase the PDF separately because you can make this card with any papers or, you know, another suite or something you have already. Okay. So that's good. Okay. Even if you make a mistake, like you just saw me do, you can fix that. You can always go back. You know, if you had to rip it apart, I wouldn't suggest that. It'll be fine. Sometimes, once in a while, I do rip things apart. But in this case, I would have to get out my heating tool and do that, and I'm not going to do that. I am going to use dimensionals one more time. I'm done with my ribbon. So let's come over here. Oh, and you will have pictures too. For my kits, you get pictures. And I did not use, oh, I did, sorry. I did use the dimensionals underneath on the one side. And I'm going about halfway. Okay. I have these little, these come from this little ephemera from the gold kit as well. And that, I mean, I could use that one, but I'll show you what I did. I used, this is 2 pages of that. Yeah, it's right here, so it's missing somewhere in here. 2 pages of that, and then 2 pages of this one. Okay, right here, this one. This is it. They're in there. They get loose. That's why I put them in the case. You can purchase those cases still, or you can use on, what I do is I cut right here in between. Okay. And you can cut little ones or big ones. Right there. And I'm going to use, I did it differently, so I'm going to do, I just need one once I put the flower down. Here's my flower. Let's straighten up again. Nobody likes to look at crooked, crooked pictures. Okay. See how pretty that looks? And with the dimensionals, it's holding it down now. Okay. Leaves and this piece. So, to do this piece, to the happy couple, there are only a few things. You can use the greetings for all mix and match ephemera. You can do happy birthday. You can do, there's so many in here. There's a lot. Congratulations. You can run it up, you know, and run it differently, and put this flower in a different place. Yeah, like you could do something like that. But to do this on vellum, you can only use the black StazOn ink. That's the only ink you can use. So I used the black StazOn ink and I let it dry. And then I adhered it with a little, a large dimensional so that it's sort of hidden there. And then I put glue dots that you can't see at all. But I needed a dimensional to lift it up. And I'm like, where are those glue dots? Here they are. So I put a little glue dot under here, right here. It's sticking so that that stays in place. So I also have another idea. You can use whatever sentiments you have, but this is on sale. It is regularly about 50 something if you buy it as the bundle, and that's saving 10%. But it is on last chance, and if you buy the stamp set and the dies separately as 2 pieces, and they are available, both of them, it's only $40 for both. So you get these die cuts. Now these die cuts, what you can do is you can just take a piece of paper. It's about 6 by 5, I want to say. What's the dimensions? 5 by 6, yep, or 5.5 by 6.5 piece of paper. Stick it on there. You can do white, and I can show you. I have mine all done. And you can just use these as sentiment pieces and then stamp them with whatever your sentiments are that you have. The other thing, I have a video using this more messages because I love it. Because I would like to do happy birthday on here. And I use the congratulations in the inside of this one. Because this would make a beautiful birthday card, but it makes a great wedding card too. So I use the congratulations. And this is, I use the Heat Emboss and the Heat Emboss powder. And you do the whole set at once. So you get all of these. And you can do them in copper, black, clear, white, or gold. They have the powders, and they're called Wow powders, and they are awesome. But you have to use, you wouldn't use Stays-On for this. You would use, heat embossing, you would use your Versamark. And here are some of them. And I have them just stamped, because you could just stamp them as well. You could just stamp that whole stamp. I have them in golds. I couldn't find a happy birthday because I use that the most. So I've used these with my sunflower cards. I use them a lot. And then I have blank ones as well. Like this is a blank one because I just cut them out. I cut out a blank piece of paper, like I said. And I have a ton of blank ones, all sizes. So whatever sentiment you have, this is a great set for sentiments, for making cards. I highly recommend it. It is only $40 for the dies, and look at all it does. I mean, there's so many things. You can just have the sentiment pieces and then stamp them with whatever sentiments you have. You can do a whole set embossed, or you can just do them stamped. I did these just stamped. I have other ones I've just done stamped in different colors. I'm going to do a whole set of the Petal Pink, and I'm going to stamp it in Calypso Coral and do it that way. I don't have time to show you that whole thing, but you do have a video you can watch with that, and that is heat embossing. It is in my videos. So let's finish up the card. I'm going to attach it here with the dimensionals. Lots of ideas. Because you know what? You're probably already thinking some of these things. So I'm giving you options. And you can even lessen your, and make it simpler. You don't have dimensionals, you just glue it down. You don't have heat embossing, you can use ephemera, pre-made ephemera. There's also gold ephemera, I think, still available. They have several packs, and they have some new packs of ephemera. Okay. I'm trying to go middle. Good. Okay. And then see how this looks? I'm going to cover it. And that's why I cut this half piece. I'm going to cover it up and line it up with the other one. And I'm just going to glue it down. I'm actually going to do it this way, so it's the pretty side. And I can show you that technique quickly. Rub it off a little, and then just gently get those brushes on there. I like to not get too much on the actual cardstock, just on the edge. And if you're holding it really tight and close with your fingers, so you use blending markers today. I talked about heat embossing and layering your pieces, and using the blending brushes. So blending markers and blending brushes. Look at how beautiful these turned out once they dried. Aren't they gorgeous, those leaves? So I am going to, again, just use some liquid glue on this. And there's no rhyme and reason. It's all how you feel. I tend to not use a lot of liquid glue on my cards and on my Scrapbooks, definitely not. I never use it. I don't like liquid glue because it sticks and it sticks hard. And I like to use tape runner that is not super sticky. The only way you can get off liquid glue is to take your heat emboss heater. It looks like a blow dryer. See, this did not line up. And it took off that piece. Oh boy. And now you can see how I don't like liquid glue. And why. It's stuck to, well, this piece is stuck to that piece. Let me get this back on. This liquid glue does dry like a sticker. So once it does dry, let me line it up from the front if you can see what I'm doing. It's sticky. There we go. Okay. And there we have that. We're going to slide this leaf in here, and I'm going to tack it down with the glue dots. I'm going to put a glue dot there. And you won't even see these glue dots. That one has something on it, so I'm going to move down to this one. And one more here. Okay. And then I'm going to tack down this leaf. And these glue dots really do, I'm going to put 2 on, really do stick. They're great for ribbon as well. And my stays on piece, oh no, I was going to do congratulations or happy birthday. I do have a happy birthday. It's not in gold. It is in like a pecan pie. And it would look fine. Okay. And see how different this looks compared to this? But I can use this piece and put it on there. Or I can use dimensionals and do that and put the leaves on. So let me see what I have in my gold pieces. I could use another one of these. You can use whatever you like. I could do that. Now, this is the one you would get in the card kit, and you would stamp it. And this I would raise up on dimensionals. I'm just doing a different one, just an optional. I don't like the way it's covering up the flower. And this one I could cut and do this, and I think this is the best option because it's not too, it's thinner, and then putting this with the little mini dimensionals underneath, and I'm going to cut it. Yep, there we have it. And I still have my leaf to put on there. It's really pretty. So as you can see, you can play as much as you want. You can do your leaves right from here. If you don't have blending markers, you can, once you have that pack and you have my directions in my PDF, you can just, you know, pick it up and create. Or you can just follow the PDF exactly as it is. You're not going to see these dimensionals once I put congratulations on there. These are the minis. I'm lining this one up, taking them off. And you can put money in here too. It doesn't have to be a gift card. It could be a check, and you could put a check in there. You can do happy birthday. And that pecan pie, you wouldn't even know that's not gold. And congratulations. Okay. And then the little leaf. I'm going to add right there. And I did it flat instead of dimensionals. So you get the idea. It would make a very pretty birthday card, congratulations. And then inside you can use the stamp set, wedding wishes. You can do wedding wishes on here. And you can put it on a piece of paper like I did here with wedding wishes. It's large. Wedding wishes is large. So, but that would look really pretty. Like you could just put that right on there, going across. You can do holding you in my heart, and you could use the wider one and put holding you in my heart and put a white piece on there. Thinking of you, I'm going to do thinking of you with a simpler card. You can do to and from in the inside and put to and from in here. You can make one of these tags and use to and from with the stays on ink and put that in here and do one of the tags. There's more tags. So this is the tag that I was thinking of. And I think there's a larger one. So this is really, really pretty. It's nice to have a wedding card on hand as well as a birthday card and a thinking of you card. And I gave options for these. So I would just, suggest the sentiments and tell you, this, but you have alternates and you will have those in the video. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you like the floral paper, and I appreciate it. And please give me a like. Please subscribe. Please share these videos with your friends and family. And I am looking for subscribers, and I keep putting it on my public business page. So go ahead and do that. And let me put these little dots. I'm sorry, I finished up again without finishing up. I forgot these dots. These are the These come with the suite, and they are the pearlized faceted circles. And you can tell they come with the suite. They match up perfectly. If you do not have a pick tool, I suggest you get a pick tool, because the pick tool helps you put these on. I just came back from a team crop weekend in Florida. Had a wonderful weekend with my teammates, and shared. I did a little box class. Oh, I can't find my pick tool. Oh, here it is. Okay. And I organized everything. That's how I got on that topic. I organized everything, unpacked everything, and put everything away. And yeah, and I can't find it. So the colors you can use any of these. You know, the sky's the limit here. I can put one right in the middle there. And the same one I'm going to put there. Okay. And since this one's totally finished and I haven't put, I think I'm going to do happy birthday on this in the gold. So I'm going to make that and do the happy birthday in gold. I am going to put one up here. And I try to do 3 to 5. And you would get either a pack of these or you know, with your purchase or whatever. So depending on which one you purchase, that one's too close. So you can take these off. These are the kind that you can take off. Too close. There we go. So I have 5. Looks like a 5. So I don't need anything on this. And there you have it. Isn't that a cool card? And then on the back, a white piece of cardstock I would put on here, and a sentiment and your written note. Thank you for watching.